Although it may seem like humanity is not in control and doesn't have any influence on its future, and you, me, the everyday person is just subjected to the whims of government, the elites in the private sector, and the systems that underpin the structure of this society. I do believe we are approaching a point in time where we actually hold the most influence for the future of our lives. And that influence is going to come from our spiritual perception of reality. It's going to include the religious discussion and the endless debate that is ongoing and seemingly never ending between all these different religions. Yes, the powers that be are going to do their best to influence that discussion. But again, thanks to information technology and the internet, we stand in a position where we can take part in that discussion and we can form the perception of humanity spiritually that will ultimately have an impact on our future. And I say that because ultimately the future of civilization will flow downstream from the spiritual understanding of reality and our ability to unite spiritually. If we can unite, we can rise. If we can't unite, we will fall. Now, I do believe there's some sort of divine structure at play, so I'm confident we are going to rise here in the near future. But that is incumbent upon us to have these discussions in terms of the metaphysical nature of reality, in terms of our spiritual understanding of reality, and in terms of our ability to unite spiritually and determine what our future looks like morally, what our future looks like in terms of the foundation of the structure by which we coexist. And spirituality is the key. Spirituality is going to be at that foundation. And so I think it's safe to say if humanity from the ground up can't unite spiritually, then yes, we would be subjected to the dictates and the influence from the top down. And we know what that looks like, and we can imagine what the future of that looks like. So I think we're at a point in time where we need to take all of this division inherent in this religious discussion and not let it take away from our understanding of reality. And that understanding needs to be based in connection. It needs to be based in oneness. It needs to be based in a philosophical and metaphysical understanding of reality that is as simplified as possible. Because I believe that in that simplicity, we will find unity. And we will find out that a lot of our differences are merely differences because what we've been told to believe. In a lot of cases, with certain religions especially, it comes from fear and the argument from authority. And we need to recognize where, regardless of the authority that says we need to believe what we believe, we need to look at the philosophy, we need to look at the energetic blueprint for what it is that we're being told we have to believe. You know, if it's based in negative energy, if it's based in separation and disconnection, and it's based in fear and the tribalistic mentality that has led civilization thus far, then we need to take a hard look at it, and we need to engage in these discussions, find common ground, and figure out how we're going to coexist and achieve our best version of heaven on earth. And so in this discussion, I don't believe that any one religion is going to prove to all the other religions that their historical accounts and their texts and their church fathers are are what we're going to have to submit to. In fact, I believe it's gonna require something that transcends religion altogether. Not just spiritually, but the very terminology that we use. Lord knows we don't need another religion. We need a revolution where humanity comes together in consciousness and in awareness, and we have a teleological discussion about the core principles that we are going to operate from into the future. And then we will live in a present awareness according to those foundational principles that come from these discussions. And so this is why I'm creating the Raise Our Awareness Revolution. This is humanity's roar. I'm Da Vinci the Truth. And my belief is that this revolution serves to unite humanity spiritually and bring us together so that we can determine what the future looks like, and we can work from the ground up and tell the leaders of this realm, the leaders of our societies and our countries and our world, what it is that we want and what we believe. And where we come together, we will find that we have more power than we thought we did. And so that's the message today. I'm Da Vinci the Truth. This is the Raise Our Awareness Revolution. Y'all take care.